Hi, I'm Bailey Peck. I'm presenting my EDF 204 web and app presentation, and I chose tumblebooks.com and Epic the app. Just a little bit about me. Like I said, I'm Miss Peck. I was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm an elementary educations major at EKU. I look forward to teaching somewhere between kindergarten and third grade, and anything in between there. And some of my favorite subjects to teach are science and language arts. And my goal in my classroom is to incorporate as much technology as possible while still making sure it's inclusive for all students. And I feel that technology gives teachers many options for making sure that the needs of all students are met. And I really think that these two resources, being about reading, are very inclusive because they can be changed depending on the needs of all students. So the first website I chose was Tumblebooks. If you go to this link here, it'll take you to a page that looks just like this. And if you click on the free preview button, it will give you a preview of the site and what books they have and how the books are played. So, a little bit about what it is. It also is an app that you can get onto, so that's great for, an on-the-go thing. This is what the picture book, a storybook, will look like when you pull it up. So it is an access to storybooks online. So storybooks being shorter picture books that's played almost like a movie clip. The pages turn. It's read in a nice narration. They're fun and engaging with bright animated pictures, so it makes kids want to read, excited to read. The books are read aloud like a story as the pages flip automatically, like I said. So it's like if you're, as a teacher, you could leave with a book plan as you're grading or doing something in between the day to break up the day, something students will really enjoy. There's also an option for reading an ebook, which will make it more inclusive for older students. And you can search by categories. Say you're teaching a lesson on math or science. You can search by science or math. You can search by author. You can search by language. There's all different kinds of categories you can narrow it down from. Books range from beginning to read to chapter books, so that also makes it inclusive for different age groups. Whereas before they start school, they can use this website, and then when they go into chapter books, they can use the ebooks online. It gives reading levels, so for teachers it's great. They give you AR levels, Lexile levels, and grade level, so it's great to search by those. And then it does give you a free preview, but a subscription is required for long-term use. So how it can be used. Tumblebooks is a very inclusive as it allows you to search by topic, author, reading level, and more, as I said earlier. And I feel that it fits the need of all students because sometimes students might not be able to listen to a book. They may only be able to read it by seeing it. Sometimes students may not be able to see the book so they can listen to it. And it means that different types of readers can find this resource as a helpful resource because it allows all different types of readers on all different levels to be able to use it. It's a great source, especially for younger readers, as it is engaging and gets students excited to read. Some of the downfalls are the cost, obviously. You can get a free trial though, and you can find it through a local school or library. So in my case, when I pull it up and show you all, I'm using it through a local school. So that's one way to get it around paying for it if your school supplies it. And then also older students may not find it as useful because its main focus on the picture storybooks, but it has the ebooks for older students, so that's nice. So let's get out of this and go into Chrome. But here's the site when you pull it up. Like I said, if you click on free preview, it will open up with the different tabs, different categories, and then you can scroll down and it'll show different categories with different books to see what stands out to kids, and they can click and watch. But on this free trial, you won't get to watch the whole book. So I opened up another tab when I'm logged into with a local school, and you can pick by category, You can have favorites, you can save things, make a playlist, but one of the best features for teachers is the Common Core tab. If you click on this, it'll show all the standards it'll show all the standards and stuff that you need, and so it's really nice in that aspect. But let's just go down and test out a book on here. So I'm going to pick Paper Bag Princess. So it shows you the book details, AR level, the time, author, illustrator, gives you a little summary, and then things you can do is read online, you can add it to favorites. This book has games that go with it, quizzes, lesson plans, you name it. There's all kinds of resources for teachers and students. So we're going to open this online and read. It's really fun and engaging for kids, and I love the music.
There was a princess named Elizabeth who was going to marry a prince named Ronald.
So as you can tell, it's really animated. The pictures even move some compared to if you read the normal book. It highlights the words, so it's easier for students to follow along. And, you know, the word help is a really nice touch to it, I feel like. So it's really engaging, as you can see. And as you go on in the book, the pictures still move and change, and it's really a nice resource. So if we go back to this, and we'll go to ebooks this time, and we'll pick this one, Winn-Dixie. So it has the same details, all the same information. So if we click this one to read online, it'll open like this as an ebook, and you can look at a chapter menu, you can bookmark pages, you can change the font, you can change the color, which is really nice for kids. They like to customize things. So say blue and yellow, if they like those colors, it'll come up in whatever colors they like. They can take notes. So it's a really nice resource, like I said, for older students starting to read chapter books as well. So now let's go back to the PowerPoint. And so now we can look at Epic, the app. This is a link to go get it on iTunes, and it shows you, you know, what it's about and some screenshots of it and things like that. So what it is, it's also a website just like Tumble Books. It has an online library for kids 12 and under, so again, not really for older kids, but it's a great source for the young ones. Instantly access 25,000 of the best books, learning videos, quizzes, and more. So this one has a lot more resources, I feel like, for whether it be educators or parents, to get their kids or students really engaged in what they're reading. This one is also different than Tumble Books, as if you log in as a parent or educator, it'll save the quizzes and the assignments that you make from students or children, and it'll tell you the results they get, so you can keep track of what they're reading and things like that. It's a really neat feature. They also have ebooks and audiobooks, which is great for older kids. Videos including classroom projects at times, or at home projects, so that's really another way to go more in depth in what they're reading. You can also search by categories, just like Tumble Books, which makes it nice, whether that be by popularity, age, awards, nonfiction, Spanish, you name it. It's free for educators and librarians, but for parents and students, it's a 30-day trial, and then you could go on to buy a subscription. And you can access it online as well, as I said earlier, and on mobile devices, so that makes it really nice. So how can it be used? Epic is along the same lines of Tumble Books, as they are both really inclusive, allowing all learners to enjoy in a way that they need. They supply books from birth to 12 years old in different formats. And then the extra resources like the learning videos and quizzes are really helpful to go into more depth in what they're learning. And I think that the educator and parent feature to keep track of what students are reading is a really awesome feature also in this app. So the downfalls is the cost again for parents, but it's a really worth it, I feel, and what you get with the app and with your prescription or subscription. Again, this leaves out older students, but is a great resource for the younger ones. So now we're going to go take a look at it. We go out back up here. Here is Epic on the App Store. Shows you a picture of the app, a little description, and the screenshots I feel like are what to best show you the app would look like. It has, this was what you would click for browse, to browse books, the search option for to search by whatever you're looking for, my library, which would keep like your favorites and what you've saved, and then you can get messages from other educators or parents that have subscriptions. And then this middle button here is for parents or educators to get on and like look at the progress of your students or children. So it's really nice. Just kind of shows you a picture of the books and also a picture of the different resources. This is how the pages turn, so it's looks 3D, and kids will really like that. The pages flip. And then this is like what the personalized profile would look like on the child's end. So that's really nice. So here's what the site looks like. When you get on, you'll see where you can join for 30 days. And if you scroll down, it'll give you a picture of what different books they have. Then I logged in to my own account as an educator. I get a free account, so you can see all the cool features. There's the search, browse, my library, which would hold all the books that I like, mailbox. The dashboard is really neat. It's where they tell you what your students do. So if I had a bunch of students, they would tell me how many books they read, the hours they read, and then I could type in a student by name, or I can import from Google Classroom and give them a code. So it's a really nice way to keep track of your students' work or your children's work. So I'm going to go back to my library and go to my recent books. So I recently watched this one. It's a Read to Me book, and it was really nice. So I'm going to play that.
Mama melts the butter and a bit of sugar brown. Pineapple Cake Upside Down by Christina D. Huffman. Art by Valerie Gorbachev.
Real quick, I'm going to pause it, and you can change it to magnify, underline, or off. So if it magnifies, the words will get bigger so the students can see where they're reading from.
Mama melts the butter and a bit of sugar brown. Next come pineapples, spread all around. Then cherries in the middle, and batter in a mound.
So this one's a really cute book. You know, it's got a little rhyme scheme to it, but how the words pop up when you get close to them, or when it's reading, and if you click on the word, it'll tell you how to pronounce it, like that, and like what it means. It's really a nice resource because students, if they don't know what a word means, they can click on it and things like that. So it's really helpful without having to ask for others. They can figure it out on their own and things like that. And educators can create quizzes for them and things like all kinds of different possibilities with this site, really. So that's that. There's also audiobooks on here, just like Tumble Books had, ebooks and things. So it's a really nice feature to have. I love the Clifford books. I like to look at it by author, and students will love going through and looking at the learning videos. Are really, really cool. You can do crafts in the classroom that might go along with a book you've read or things like that. It's a really neat feature. So I really appreciate you all tuning in. I hope that you can use some of these skills for your own classroom or for your home with your kids or students. So thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.